Hey guys, today we're going to learn how to properly do your job if you are assigned on the schedule as cashier. The first thing you should do as cashier is when people enter, before the door closes, you need to yell, "Hi, welcome." You want to do it loudly. Obviously, if you're taking an order at the register, you don't want to interrupt and yell into the guest's face to welcome the other guests coming through the door, but you should welcome every single guest that walks in once they enter. All right, let's see if Ariana the cashier will welcome me when I enter.
Hi, welcome.
Thanks for welcoming me. As the guest walks to the counter, as soon as they reach the counter, the cashier will ask if it's your first time here.
Is it your first time here?
Reasons why we ask our guests when they enter if it's their first time here. Many of our guests go to Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts or other coffee shops, and everyone does things differently. And we just want them to really get the drink that they're looking for and the experience that they're looking for with us. So it's our job to inform them and go out of our way to really be thorough and explain everything for them. Another reason we ask if it's your first time here is for Groupons. We offer Groupons and Living Social online, where a guest will pay one price and get a certificate for a little bit more. And it's only for first-time guests. So people will try to use it when they've been here before. So it's really important for us to ask them if it's their first time here for that as well.
If it's not the guest's first time here, you just say welcome back.
So let's review so far. If you're the cashier, the first thing you do when a guest enters is say, "Hi, welcome," before the door closes. The second thing you do once they reach the counter is say, "Hi, is it your first time here?" And remember, the reason is we do things a lot differently, and it's our job to explain our drinks and our processes so that they feel comfortable and they can go on with their order and get what they're really looking for. The next thing is very, very important. So if it is a guest's first time here, you got to go through the spiel. And what that is, it's a sentence or two that explains how we do things here, that clarifies everything for our guests, and it really makes it clear the way that we do things so that we can help them and guide them through their order.
So Amy lied a little bit. It's like 10 sentences in the spiel. So basically what you say is you'll point over here to your left. You'll be like, "This is all of our pastries. They're all handmade and organic. And we also have vegan and gluten-free options." And then everything's also going to be labeled. Then you mentioned the drink of the month. So this month, for instance, we have a lavender honey latte. Then you'll go ahead and you'll point to the right, and you'll be like, "This will be our drink menu." And then you'll point to the grab-and-go fridge, and we have a selection of beer, wine, and juices. And then lastly, you mentioned that we can also do CBD infusions in their drinks.
Perfect. Keep going.
And then we let them know that if they have any questions,
Okay, let me elaborate a little bit on the spiel. So Ariana did a great job. So you're going to mention the food, the drinks, grab and go, CBD, and our drink of the month. Now, you don't want to add your own stuff. We used to let people kind of put their personality into it and do their own little twist. No, we want to be consistent. One thing you'll hear at the mug all the time is us saying consistency. Everybody should be doing every single thing the same way, saying it the same way. And the reason is if somebody goes on a tangent and says something different, the guests will expect different things every time they come. We want guests to know and get what they expect when they come to see us. So the spiel needs to be said the same way. You will learn the words and everything, and don't go rogue. Don't be like, "And my favorite thing is the latte," or you could totally get a drip, or don't name random foods like, "Oh, we have sandwiches, quiche, empanadas." Too many words does not mean more clarification. Stick to the script. Don't add random other things. I know you're trying to clarify and you think you're making it clearer, but you're just confusing them. So let's say you did the spiel and the guest is standing here and taking a long time. Clearly they are confused. So we have some prompts that you could say to them to help guide them and make sure they get and order exactly what they're looking for.
So you're looking for something hot or ice?
So a great icebreaker if a guest is standing there forever and doesn't know what to order is asking, "Hey, are you looking for something hot or ice?" like Ariana just mentioned. Then what their answer is will prompt you on what to say next.
If they say they want something more creamy, you would recommend the latte. If the guest wants something hot and bold, then you would recommend the drip coffee. If the guest says they want something more iced, then you would recommend our iced nitro. And you would explain to them that it's drip coffee infused with nitrogen, so it's nice and creamy without having to add dairy. And you would also recommend adding a flavor because it's not naturally sweet on its own. The most important thing is when a guest orders a cappuccino or an espresso. When that happens, you always want to show them the sizes. So this is an espresso. When they order a cappuccino, you show them the cappuccino and the latte size, and you mention nothing else.
That is almost up there with putting food in the oven before a guest pays. It's so important to show cup sizes. People are used to ordering from different coffee shops and they do not know our sizes. We are authentic to Italy with our sizes, so we need to inform our guests and take the time to make sure we're giving them the drink they really want. Anytime anyone orders a drink smaller than a latte, which would be cortado, cappuccino, macchiato, espresso, you show the cups in comparison to a latte. 9 times out of 10, they're gonna pick a latte. Also, like Ariana said, you show the cups and keep it moving. Don't be like, they both have 2 shots of espresso, this one has more milk. The more words, guys, does not mean more clarity. You're just gonna confuse.
After the guests have ordered the drinks, we don't wanna ask them if they would like anything else. Instead, we want to direct them to our pastries, so we mention if they would like anything to eat. So when the guest orders food, we automatically assume that everything's gonna be warmed up unless the guest states otherwise.
Ariana, but what about the pretty items like carrot cake, chocolate cake, and things that might melt in the oven? Do we warm those up as well?
We don't warm them up unless the guest wants us to warm it up, and if they do, we let them know that the frosting may melt off. And when they order the pastries, you want to automatically put it into our oven.
You mean before they pay?
Yep.
Why would we do that?
Because we want to make sure that we don't forget about the pastries. And if there's more than one pastry, since we can only put one thing in the oven at a time, there's a container right next to the oven. And the pastries will go in here. So that way we make sure we have it in stock, as well as making sure that we don't forget to heat it up or give it to them.
Pew, pew. Pew, pew, pew. Hold up. Wait a minute.
Read back the order.
So guys, it's really important that after you take the order, you put the food in the oven before they pay, that you read it back specifically. You don't just say, all right, I got 2 lattes and an empanada. No, what are the lattes? Are they iced? Are they hot? What kind of milk? What kind of flavor? What kind of empanada? This saves a lot of mistakes. People are not paying attention while they're ordering. Maybe they wanted a different item. Maybe they wanted more than one. Maybe you're missing something. Maybe they're missing something. Maybe they forgot to say the milk preference. Trust me, reading back orders specifically is really important to keep from making mistakes on our side and their side. Because basically, if we read back your order and something's wrong and they confirmed it and then paid and went through with it, it's kind of on them and it'll keep you out of trouble because you did your job. You read back the order exactly how it was supposed to be. So if the guest missed something, then it's kind of on them and you won't get in trouble.
All right, guys. So Ariana, the wonderful, beautiful cashier, has already taken the drink order, asked if our guests want anything to eat today. And now she's going to read back the order. And remember, you're going to read it back specifically, not empanada. You're going to say chicken chili verde empanada or whatever they got specifically. But before they pay, bum, 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 what are you going to say?
After you read back the order, you're going to ask them if everything you read back is correct.
Is everything correct? Why do we do that?
Just in case there was a mistake between communication and it makes them liable for anything that they receive because they said that everything that they're receiving and you paid for it is what they want.
Right. So basically you're putting the accountability on the guests. If they say, yes, everything's correct, and let's say you cook a quiche and they said, oh no, I wanted a spinach egg white sandwich, you would say, sorry, unfortunately our policy is we read back the order and you did verify it's correct and it's already been cooked, right?
Yup.
All right, guys, now that the cashier has gotten the drinks, gotten the food, put the food in the oven before the guest pays, or gave it to them if it doesn't get warmed up, read back the order specifically, now it's time for the guest to check out. So let's go through the checkout process. Okay, ma'am, I'm ready. Here's my card.
All right, so I read back the order. Now I'm going to make sure to hand them a number.
Why are you giving me this? I'm just going to be right over there. I don't need a number.
Well, you have to make sure to take the number so that we can bring you your drink.
Yeah, but there's no one in here. I don't really need a number, do I?
Just in case we get busy.
Okay, so what if the person tries to not take the number or walks away without taking the number?
You bring it to them. And if you're a cashier and it's really busy, you have the folder. Bring it to them.
Okay, so everybody has to get a number no matter what.
Yep.
So basically you don't give them the order if they don't take a number.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So how do you know if it's for here or to go?
So you want to ask them if it's for here.
That's smart. And then what do you do?
And then you press here if it's for here to go to change it.
Okay, sounds good. I'm gonna take my order to go. I have this lovely little number so you can find me. And now what do you do?
So you want to make sure to record the number with the order. So when you press the blue button right here, you'll enter the number and press next, and then they can pay.
Okay, so if I give you my card, then what happens?
You pay?
Oh, you put it in the chip reader?
Yeah.
What if it doesn't have a chip?
Then you swipe.
Then you swipe. Okay, great. Bye. So guys, if the order is to go, we have a to-go station. Guests cannot wander to Africa and go outside to Zimbabwe. They need to stay by the to-go order pickup sign. So what we say, so that it's nice and crystal clear, hey, you can go right around the corner by the to-go pickup sign and wait for your items. If they're like, oh, I want to go outside, or can you walk it out to me? The answer is no. Ain't nobody got time for that, right?
Yep.
So, Ariana, when that little ticket prints out, what does the cashier do with it? Where does it go?
So if it's only drinks, it'll go right here on the counter so the barista can make it.
Okay.
If it only has food, you put it on this side for oven association.
And what if it has drinks and food?
So if the drinks have not been completed yet, they'll go here first, and when the barista finishes with the drinks, he'll set it to this side for the food.
Why'd you say he? What if it's a girl?